Hi everybody, welcome to our Champions League post-match show here on Paramount Plus and CBS Sports Network. Thank you for joining us. Good to see you this evening. Kate Abdo, Thierry Henry, Jamie Carragher, Micah Richards. So we had two games being played, two round of 16 first legs being played in the Champions League tonight. Manchester City are going to leave Germany with a 1-1 draw against Leipzig, and Inter get the job done 1-0 against Porto. At home, we're going to bring you interviews, we'll bring you highlights, we'll bring you all the best action from both of those games. We'll bring you in the mixer.
Woo!
Everybody, it's back.
In the mixer, baby.
Love
you know
it.
what time it is?
Mixer time.
OK, so let's start with the game between Manchester City and Leipzig being played in Germany. Micah, 1-0, decent start for Manchester City into this game.
Yeah, that's the right word. It was decent. It was very good in the first half. In the second half, they weren't great at all. Didn't have the intensity. They just, I don't know, it's almost like they're trying to coast through the game. They had so much control in the first half. And in the second half, it's almost like, oh, we'll just play the way we want to play. Leipzig up the tempo, and fair play to them, they got the goal.
Talk us through that goal from Riyad
Yeah,
Mahrez.
from Mahrez. I think the way they're done the third, but it wasn't meant to be.
Second half, there were a number of chances for Leipzig, and it did begin to feel like they would eventually get a goal. Jamie, there was a few chances for them before they did manage to score.
Yeah, there was a few chances, and they deserved their goal, you know, the way they played in that second half. I mean, the goal ends up coming from a set piece, but before that, it felt like a goal was coming, and for City, I think, kept them in it until they got the equalising goal.
Talked a lot about Manchester City so far and their performance. What about Leipzig? How did you feel about the way they handled this game?
I thought that they were going to start the way they started the second half. Obviously, they were 1-0 down, so they had to react to what happened in the first half. But you can almost say at one point it was all Leipzig in the second half, and they deserved that goal. As you said, Jamie, they scored on the set piece. They were a bit timid and maybe scared of City in the first half. And when they realised, you know what, let's have a go, they're not that great on the night. Why not maybe having a chance to score a goal and maybe win the game?
You said the equaliser felt like it was coming, and then it did eventually come through Guardiola as well.
Yeah, it was the header, the determination that he showed. I think you'd have to give more credit to actually Leipzig than maybe question too much about Manchester City.
A little bit of a foul in there, the way he was on his, back?
No.
I just wanted to talk about also the beginning. I mean, we don't have to go back into that, but you have to stop the cross. You can't defend a corner. You see them, they're going to play short. You can't send only one man.
Is that the Pep way, though? You've played under him?
I've seen a lot of coaches that do that now. They send only one man because they want to have the zone all in the right place and everybody there. But how many players attack the ball? 2 to 3? Mm-hmm. But one thing that we all know in the game, don't let someone see your box and cross the ball.
City had the chance to seal it through Ilkay Gundogan.
Yeah, it come down this that if that was the best chance. Man City should have done better than that.
I mean, before the game kicked off, I asked you if it felt like a pressured game for Manchester City because of the fact that the other English teams hadn't got the wins, because of the fact that Manchester City always see this as the holy grail. You come out of this game 1-1 away from home, you feel like any pressure going into that return leg, or still no?
No, I don't feel pressure. I think the thing is with Man City, they're dominating games. So in that first half, 75% possession. It was similar to Nottingham Forest, the goal. They had loads of chances, didn't put the game to bed. It's a game, again, tonight, the same thing. When you have that much possession, and these guys are going to talk about it a little bit later with Haaland and the movement and all the different things within how they're trying to play. But you can't have that much possession within a game and only score one goal. Something somewhere is not working right, and they're not finishing off teams. And that's why when Jamie's saying Man City for the league or the Champions League, there's just something not right. They become a completely different team when De Bruyne is not playing.
So you don't think this is the year that they win?
I'm not saying it's not going to be the year. I just think everything has to start quick, and it has to start now, because off this evidence, what we've seen with Man City, there's highs and there's lows. You know, I said before about the different fitnesses of different players at different times, and they've not kicked into gear yet. But when Kevin De Bruyne doesn't play, they're not the same outfit.
No, there's something that I wanted to add. I don't know when was the last time that none of the English team won a game in the first leg. And we know it's early doors, right? But the 3 Italian teams won. You know, I don't know, we were talking about the other day, can people compete with the Premier League? It's still early doors, because I think some of those English teams will go through. But I just wanted to put it out there. Like, the 3 Italian teams won. And I was talking about it at the beginning of I think the Champions League, when I said I don't know where to put the Italian league at the minute, and they're answering.
By the way, we're the home of Serie A right here on CBS. So if you want to watch the Italian football, join us every weekend.
Join us.
Plus.
Can I get a gig for that as well, please? Or
You speak Italian. You have to speak Italian.
Un pochino, sì, sì.
Oh, where?
Pochino.
Pochino.
Sì, sì, sì.
Is that right?
Un pochino.
Un pochino.
Is that right or no?
But you know you speak Italian, right? I don't speak
Svegliati.
Italian.
Non parlo italiano.
Oh! Sveglia.
What?
Ancora.
Wake up.
Dai. Andiamo.
We've got some Italian news coming in. Is that what you? Italian interviews coming in. It's your day.
It's my time to shine, baby.
Please, can we give them to Micah and enjoy that? So into Porto, we're going to break down that game after the break. Romelu Lukaku has had a rough time of late in football. Started on the bench for the game, bags them a vital goal though to win this first leg. We'll talk about that and more after the break. Welcome back again. OK, we're going to take you through the other game that was played this evening. Apart from Manchester City and Leipzig over in Germany and Italy, there was a game between Inter and Porto. 1-0 the final score. Inter get the win there. Romelu Lukaku, the man who came off the bench and got them the goal they needed late in that game, Thierry.
Yeah, it did change the game a bit. When he came on, Porto went down to 10-men 2, but you won't take anything away from what he did. You could see he had the proper relief when he scored that goal at the end when he went to embrace.
Thierry said impacted the game somewhat. What did you think of his performance when he came on and how
It felt like he changed the game, because when you're watching in the first half, I think Porto, even though the chance we showed at half-time was from Inter Milan, I think you forget he's not Inter Milan's player, he's still Chelsea's player. We know how many players they've brought in, but they are crying out for a centre-forward.
You take him back at Chelsea?
That's what I almost wanted to ask Thierry, to be honest, in that, how many great centre... Or if you're Chelsea and you need a centre-forward, everybody knows that. How many top centre-forwards are out there? Now, let's be fair, he was at Chelsea and didn't cut the mustard, but a different manager, different style of football.
We had a discussion when he went to Chelsea, and I told him he's going to find it difficult to play at Chelsea, and he happened to be the case.
Why?
Because of the way Tuchel liked to play. Pressing, gegenpressing, you the 9, I'm the 9, I'm the winger, you the winger, you interchange. Rom likes to stay where he is, feed him, play him early. He will try to bully you, turn, stay in the box, cross. Is a different type of 9. That's what Tuchel wanted. Now, is he going to fit what Potter is trying to do? I think they're struggling with that, let alone with him in the squad. But what does he want to do? I don't think he wants to go back. That's the main thing. I think he wants to stay at Inter. And that's where it's going to be maybe a little clash if they want him back, because I think he wants to stay there.
What makes you think that?
Because the way, the way when he came back, he said it. He said it the other day. He said, everyone knows what I want to do. What I want to do is to stay. And so I don't know where that's going to go. And the way he scored that goal and the way he is, he looked like an Inter player, if I can say that like that, because we all know he belongs to Chelsea. But I think for me, with the way I see it and the way he said it, actually, he wants to stay there.
If you're Inter and you look at what you have got from Romelu Lukaku in the time that he's been there in this second stint, do you want to extend his stay at Inter? Look,
he won the league there. We all know it was before. He needs to come back and prove himself again. You have to understand that he left. The fans were a bit upset when he left. So he came back. The fans accepted it because he was part of that team that won the league. But now he was behind Lautaro Martinez and Dzeko. The only way you can come back and play is by scoring goals. He scored at the weekend on a penalty. He's scoring now. So now he's asking question to the manager. Now you need to think, sleep well, because I'm ready. That's what he's saying. That's the only thing you can do.
Dzeko's 36, though, isn't he? So if you're looking long-term, how old's Lukaku now?
29, 28.
Exactly. So in Italian league, you can go a bit longer as well. Even if he goes there for 5-6 years, you're still getting your money out of him. If I was Inter Milan, I would take him back and I would sign him.
How do you see this game now set up for the second leg? Do you consider it 50-50? Even on this scoreline, how do you see it?
Yeah, I think it will be 50-50 because I think Porto had some good chances in the game. When he asked me before the game who I'd go through, I thought Inter just because of their firepower. Martinez, Dzeko and Lukaku to come off the bench as well. So I still think Inter will go through, but I think it'll be difficult.
Yeah, the reason you say 50-50 is because there's no away goal rule. if you used to win 1-0 at home, you'd be big favourites going into a second leg because you had a chance of getting an away goal, which the opposition obviously couldn't get in that first leg. So that's what still makes it 50-50. If not, I think we'd all be saying that Inter were massive favourites to go through.
I will just go on the way Porto played. Obviously, we did show what Inter did, but they had, as you said, in the first half, some great chances. In the second one also. And they troubled Inter for a very long time, and they went down to 10 men when that goal happened. We can talk about a lot of ifs and buts, but why? The question was at the beginning, who's going to win tonight? We said Inter, and we said Man City. That doesn't mean you're going to go through. And what Porto showed me today, they're well in the game.
So if you have to make a pick on who goes through from that
I don't make
tie?
prediction. Let's see what Porto's going to do.
What about you two?
I'm going to stick with Inter, just because of their firepower up front.
I'm going to go with Porto.
Oh. Ooh.
Okay.
I think it's going to be Italian.
I did say it was going to be
masterclass.
50-50.
Yeah.
Yep, fair enough. Listen, we're going to go to a short break. We've got more still to come for you. We will take you back out to Leipzig as well, where Pep Guardiola has spoken to Guillem Balaguer, who was pitch side for us for that game. We'll bring you lots more in just a minute. Welcome back. Well, as promised, we're going to take you out to Leipzig and Guillem Balaguer, who's speaking to Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola.
Pep, are you frustrated, unhappy, content? How are you feeling?
So delighted for the first half, and we suffered the second. We knew that they would make a step forward, and we do it. We should, in Germany, especially here, if you're allowed to make a lot of transitions up and down, they are physical, stronger than us. They are faster, quicker, and shadow game under the control, and except until the second half that we had the chances with Riyad and Erling. But when they scored, we had the game again. Result we'll decide in Manchester.
Is that what your meeting with the players at the end of the game was about? Because you're saying, guys, we done well, but they seem like they lost the game.
It was like expectations were so high, and they performed well. So that's what I said. I said that. So you have to be so really good. So we play 4 games away in 10 days. So a tough ones, and Arsenal, and after go to Nottingham, and here, and troubles. The fatigue is there, so we have to give control. And in Germany, I've been here 3 years, and you let them run, you don't have any chance.
That's what happened a little bit. If you lose the ball, if you let them go at their rhythm, they just start feeling comfortable, and things happen, no?
Yeah, definitely. They are fast, and they are good in that situation. Yeah, really. But they push, make a step forward. They press a little bit more higher. They regain more balls. We were a little bit more soft in our pressing. But yeah, it's Champions League. So just look the results in group stage. Good results in the first round. So this team beating group stage Madrid comfortably. So. And you know exactly where's Madrid in this competition. So it's a tough opponent. Every time it's there, up there, with really, really good players, good manager, good idea. So we knew it. We spoke about that, and with our people in Manchester will be different.
If you were a referee, would you give Guardiola's goal as a foul on Ruben Dias or not?
I didn't see it.
Then you cannot comment on it.
I didn't see it, but I know what the people say, but I didn't see it.
Thank you very much.
Okay, very welcome.
All right, interesting stuff. Thank you very much, guys. So before the game, if you were with us then, you would have heard Thierry and Jamie, you guys both talked a lot about Manchester City and the way they use Erling Haaland, and you've pulled some clips from the game to kind of look back at that and break it down for us again. Yes,
exactly. Jamie talked about playing him early, sometime being more, playing earlier, and be more efficient with what he can do when there is a high line, or when the ball is close to the box. Can you help? Can you be available? Those are the stuff that we try to highlight before the game. And now, this is Mahrez on the ball. At that particular moment, if he goes in front of Guardiola right now and let the ball come, you can see Mahrez looking at him. You can see. You would have been in the box, maybe pinning Guardiola, maybe stepping out of it, but you offer a solution. It doesn't. Mahrez now has to pass it back. Here, Kyle Walker gets the ball, he's going to pass it to Mahrez. Now, if you run there, you have a 1v1 with your pace in the box. Nobody can catch him there. No one. And if he does catch him, you go back on your left foot, maybe finish. Gundogan has to make the run. That's not good enough for me at that particular moment. You have to be the one making that run. Same thing here. Gundogan is getting the ball. Grealish is looking. Are you coming? He's already going into his spot where he likes the ball. Offer a solution. When you close to the box, you have to offer a solution. Jamie, this is you.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about in terms of do they use him. So you see him now, he's on the far side, he's making that run inside. Rodri on the ball here. Maybe if that's Kevin De Bruyne, he does do it one touch. But enough of the midfield players at times, when he makes that run and there's space in behind, they don't look forward. The first look is to make a 10-yard pass either to the side or backwards. And that was what Rodri does on that one. And watching him in the game, he's getting frustrated. We highlight him here, look, he's looking for the ball. Look at him, his arms up, he's getting frustrated, he's pointing at people. And when the ball doesn't come, he starts walking. He's not interested. Look, he's still not let it go. He's still throwing his arms up, he's turning away. And in that particular action, he never really started running again for another 30 seconds because the frustration of not getting the ball. And you know Pep Guardiola, and you know great strikers better than me, but I said this a few weeks ago and I still believe it. I don't care how many goals he scores. It doesn't feel the perfect fit for me. What I want to ask you is, this was away in Leipzig.
Yeah.
For Manchester City to win the Champions League, you think they may have to go away to a Bayern Munich. They may have to go away to a Real Madrid. Do you think he would leave Erling Haaland out the way he did with a Sergio Aguero in a game like that? Because for me, Manchester City look a far better team last season without a striker than what they do now with Erling Haaland in the team.
I go back to answer to that question, but I want to go back to what we've seen just a bit, because I think for me what it is with Haaland is the right balance. It's about his team and himself. When there is no pressure on the ball and the team's playing a high line, utilize him, it's fast, play. They don't even look. And obviously when you're by the box, try to see if you can help. Now, I would say no. Right now, we will not leave him out. I know sometimes the eyes of Pep and how he is, I think he's still trying to find a solution to make him tick. This is why he said what he said about us at the beginning, that he understands that the wingers, the 10, needs to do more to fit him. I think that at times he needs to do himself a bit better. To answer to your question, I don't think right now he will.
Okay,
leave him off.
Do you think he should? Because you're talking about Pep Guardiola not leaving him out because maybe he wants to prove a point or he wants to make it work. I totally get that from a manager. But in terms of Man City winning the Champions League, these are cutthroat decisions. Do you think Manchester City would have more chance of winning the Champions League if they left Erling Haaland out, maybe for 1 or 2 games away from home on the way to a Champions League?
It's a weird one because as a coach, you're working on finding him. You're working on that right balance. So you need to demolish what you've been trying to do and adjust to something new that close to the end, well, almost of the season, 3/4, however you want to call it. This is why it is a bit weird to do that now, or he's going to have to change it now, or they adapt to that, what you said. The team needs to adapt sometime when there is a high line and he needs some time to show and offer solution to his midfielders.
Well, Kate, I'm going to throw it back to you. We've got the Man City man over there and we'll see where it all pans out.
I mean, it feels like a mad question in some ways, doesn't it? Do Manchester City have a better chance of winning the Champions League if they leave out one of the most coveted players in world football in Erling Haaland? What are your thoughts on Jamie's question?
No, I think it's a very good question and I think it's a good debate to have. I'd still think he scored, 31 goals in 33 games now. So if you look at the goal ratio, it's magnificent, but the clips that they've both just shown there, it shows something is not working right. I mentioned about Kevin De Bruyne not playing today. He offers something different. There was a clip there where Rodri is looking and he's getting frustrated. Kevin De Bruyne plays that pass, so I think it can work. I just think it needs a little bit more time.
If you're Erling Haaland and you've put in 31 goals in this period of time, how do you feel about people even having this kind of a conversation in the media?
When you're a top striker, people are always going to look at your negatives. We know he scores goals, but what else can he add to your game? We mentioned Benzema, we mentioned Kane. In terms of his movement in the box and his finishing, how ruthless he is, I think he's the best. But we're talking about the extra bits to add to his all-round game.
There is something that I always say. When you are at a big club, you always judge on what you didn't do or what you're not doing. That's how people judge you. You know, you score 3, why you don't score 4? You score 4, you never scored in that stadium. That stadium, this one is a new one. No, it's true. But I'm just saying that, look, do you think it's right? I give you another thing. I'm thinking out of the box. When Mbappe doesn't play well, right? We said to each other, the big man wasn't at it tonight, right? That's what we would say. You never say his team did not help him, do you? Just because he can score alone, you don't say that. But when it's the other big man, which, again, let's put it out there, it is crazy what he's doing. I'm just saying, why is it the talk is his team didn't serve him?
Yeah, I think...
Do you understand what I mean?
Yes, what we've got... I mean, I just want to say tonight, with Thierry analysing Haaland has been brilliant for us, listening to you talking about another great striker. But I would describe you as a great player who scored goals. With Haaland right now, I think the reason, especially Thierry's analysing him, because right now he's just a goal scorer. He's not a great player. Mbappe is a great player who scores goals. I think that's what you're talking about, trying to improve the all-round game to make him a great player, again, not just a goal scorer.
It's about getting better. The tool that I used the other day, which went viral or wherever it went, I was so much like on the people have to feed me when I was younger. I don't care what you're doing. Work on your pass, work on your pass, work on your pass. Find me. If you don't find me, it's because you're not good enough or whatever. Strikers always complain about everything. They want the ball all the time. When I received that piece of advice from Arsene Wenger, ask yourself the right question. Can that guy find you? Can that guy find you? I started to play in function of who had the ball and also the situation of the game. When the ball is on one side and your winger is looking at you and you go on the opposite side of the game, you're not doing what the game is asking you to do. You're doing what you want to do, which works sometimes when your team is on top of the game. Sometimes guys need a 1-2. Sometimes they need you to run into the channel. This is what I'm saying, to be better. This is not to say that he's not doing this, not doing that, because he is magnificent as soon as that ball gets into the box. It's about getting better. That's more constructive than destructive, I'm sorry.
Got you. There was a handball incident, which we do also want to talk about, which Christina Uncle picked out for us right at the end of the game. First time we're going to see it.
Just slid in.
I missed you all. I have missed you all.
New year, new hair, Christina.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, you know what? I had to take a page out of Meeks and I had to go get a haircut, right?
How much? How much?
Oh, wow.
Oh, basically 200, but I do it every 3 months and 3 times a week.
Christina, so talk to us about this handball incident right at the end of the game.
Yeah, this one's one that I think caught all of our attention very quick. So not every touch on the ball is a handling offense, right? This doesn't fit into making himself bigger. He's obviously not scoring a goal here. So the question is he deliberately playing the ball with his hand? Yes, some doubt, but it's definitely not a clear and obvious error. And I think the preferred decision is no handling here.
Football understanding. I love it.
He's got his hands here.
You know,
is he a goalkeeper?
Yeah, football understanding. Live it. I love it.
Come on, he's got his hands here. Come on.
Christina, welcome back to the show in 2023. It was good to see you. We missed you.
You all as well. Great to see you guys.
Great to see
All
you.
right, let me take you straight out to Leipzig, to Guillaume Balaguer, who watched that game pitch side for us. Guillaume, I mean, I guess we heard you at the end of the post-game talking to Pep Guardiola, asking him, did he feel content, frustrated? What was his reaction? What was your reaction?
That it felt like one of those games in which we expect Manchester City to win. And this is a little bit what is happening with Pep Guardiola's head and why he went and talked to his players and why he reacted to some of the interviews after the match, saying to everyone, guys, we come to Germany, we got 1-1, we should be happy. Many people say that to be a manager is a solitary profession, and I think what they mean is that they tend to be in a completely different way left than everybody else. We like, come on, City, get something, and he's been playing all the time. From the moment the match finished, the other tune, which is, we've done well, we've done enough. And of course, there is a point where RB Leipzig is going to get you. By the way, they only lost once in the last 21 games. So that's why he was saying, I'm happy, but I tell you, the players were passing by while we were talking, and they had a face like this. They were happy.
So what are you thinking in terms of the second leg after what you've seen today? How do you expect that to play out?
He will have to be more effective from Manchester City. I heard the discussions about Haaland. Let me add a couple of things. quite clearly they knew that when they were getting Haaland, they were getting one less passer into the team. He will not be a contributor for that. But Manchester City were last season, and I think two or three consecutive years, the team has created the biggest amount of chances and missed them. In the whole of the Premier League, they were bottom of that. They just need somebody to convert it inside the box. So they want to do the same kind of thing, but one less passer is a little bit more complicated when teams defend like RB Leipzig. So they have to be more effective, move the ball quicker, try to find Haaland as well. But they did today. They did create chances to actually perhaps go 2-0 up, and in which case it would have been a different game.
Oh, we lost him.
Yes.
DM, thank you very much.
do you mean
Though,
yes?
It was talking too much.
Wow! It's cold!
It was a little cold. You know what? Before, when we were talking, you described
yes.
Thierry as a great player who scored goals, right? Description for Micah, what would it be?
As a player?
Yeah.
No,
A description.
Kate, that's Jamie. Yeah.
Wow.
That's, you know.
A great character who played football.
All right, fair enough.
Wow.
You take that, wouldn't you?
I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. Cheers.
Next up, everybody, the first edition of 2023. It is in the mixer coming up next. We'll be right back. Jamie, I'm sorry, Jamie does such a special version of the robot dance that I feel like we should share it with
It's
everybody.
more robot than a robot.
Why does he
Listen.
Oh, I enjoy that. Welcome back, everybody. Back by
my
popular
gosh.
demand. It is time for the Champions League knockout round edition of In the Mixer. Remember, there are no wrong answers. There are only your answers. Are we ready? Question number 1. The one football manager in history you wished you had played for but didn't. Micah, you can start.
Pep Guardiola. I mean, what he would do with me, he would take me to a next level.
Not sure.
Somewhere
but,
I've never
I
been
understand.
before. Really, Thierry? Really?
No, just, you know, I was like, no, I don't know. Joking.
Do you have an answer?
Mourinho.
Oh,
Wow.
interesting.
Okay.
Why? Because I would have liked him to upset me sometimes, because he was like that. He was
Negative, classed as a negative type of manager, like a defensive, what would that have suited you?
No, upset me. Like he wasn't scared of taking a player half time or whatever, trying to wind me up, because sometimes I needed that.
I've got 2. Sorry. One would be
wow.
Bill Shankly.
Oh, okay, I
Yeah.
get that.
Just listening to like the clips and the interviews. But the person who I think is maybe the number 1 person in the history of football is probably Johan Cruyff in terms of a player and a manager. And he feels like he has just influenced football in terms of Pep Guardiola, the way the game's
Generations.
played. So Johan Cruyff as well.
Good answers, all of them. 2, the most nervous you have ever been as a professional footballer. Jamie.
The most nervous I would be, I would say the Champions League final of 2007. Whoa. Even people may think, well, you played in one in 2005. In 2005, I couldn't believe I was there. It was like, I didn't ever believe I would play in a final. It was like, yes, you want to win, but enjoy it. In 2007, it felt like I could be a player who's won the European Cup twice. Not many players have done that. And it was strange. I felt more nervous in 2007.
You thought about losing instead of winning.
Yes.
Yeah,
I felt a lot more nervous 2007, exactly like Thierry said.
I understand that. Me, Euro 2000 semi-final against Portugal in Brussels. I explain quickly. It's because during the national anthem, I started to think about my granddad that passed just before the tournament. And he told me, typical granddad, I had the dream that you guys were going to win it. And because he wasn't there anymore, I didn't want to let him down. And I thought about it during the national anthem. I didn't think about it the whole tournament, and I thought about it during the national anthem. And this is why I scored in that game. I pointed into the sky. I just felt like I didn't want to let him down. And I wasn't myself. It was weird at that particular moment for a little while. Yeah, that's the game.
You better have a good answer after that story.
Well, is this what I mean? just go last. No one asked you, Thierry.
Banter on the back of the
Spoiling
story
our
like
dreams, honest to God. I don't want to go next. Next question, man.
Are you skipping?
I'm skipping.
All right, cool. Question number 3. Who will win the Premier League this season?
Ooh.
Arsenal.
You know what?
Oh, you don't make predictions.
That was him.
That was you. You just said Arsenal.
It was me that said no prediction.
Oh, sorry, my
But
bad.
I'm not. No, no.
I apologise. I
It's
apologise.
nice to know the host listens to me, isn't
No,
it?
but hey, I do. You know. Anyway. Oh, me? Sorry. Arsenal. Just but my heart took over my head on this.
Make a prediction, like it.
Well, if you've two gone Arsenal, I'm going to go City. I do think Arsenal, but
No, we're not asking you
I
to
do think Arsenal's going to go City.
I do think Arsenal. You're going to hedge your best, baby.
Your all-time favourite superhero?
Wow. Superhero.
Wow.
Superman. It's got to be Superman.
Superman.
It's a bit...
He didn't have no powers.
What do you mean? He used to fly through the air with
He's
Starlight.
flying. He used to get beat up all the time.
He saved Manhattan.
So did I.
It's got to be Superman. The Superman film's amazing. Dealing with Lex Luthor. Who else has dealt with Lex Luthor
Superman.
like
For me,
that?
Wolverine.
Wolverine, now we're talking.
Wolverine,
Okay.
because he can, you know, he just can't die, basically. And I always wondered if I, you know, always...
Wait, what
Wolverine.
did you always wonder?
No, this is it. Like, I always said to myself, I ask question, what will I, you know, I know I'm not getting into your seat, right? But when you ask people, what power would you like to have, it's to heal people. And Wolverine had the power to heal it himself. So that's why I always...
Superman saved the world.
Well, that's my answer.
Hulk. Hulk, of course.
Why?
For obvious reasons.
Feel like you relate?
You won't like him when he's angry.
Exactly.
Interesting question here. Will the United States of America win the World Cup in your lifetime?
Hell
Jim?
no.
No chance. No chance.
No chance.
That's tough.
No, I think
No,
it's
I don't think
evolving.
he will.
The country's so big like that. It's producing.
Look,
bit by bit, it's getting better. So I'm going to
I
say...
think if they get the act together,
Yes.
they can manage something. Winning it after comes to a lot of things when you win
How
it.
did they get their act together? Need a new
Well,
manager?
you know, we need a new show to go through that.
I think if they hire Thierry Henry, I might change my answer.
He's flashing!
You have already shared your favourite football movie of all time. Now tell us your favourite non-sports movie of all time. Jamie?
Easy.
What?
Easy.
Non-sports
It's
movie, just a
easy.
regular, whatever movie.
One flew over the cuckoo's nest. Jack Nicholson.
Shocking.
It won
School
every
choice.
Academy Award you
Shocking.
could possibly win. Jack
Give-
Nicholson, the greatest film of all time.
Maybe give us something from the last 10 years, Mike.
American Gangster.
Oh,
My man.
Denzel. Yes, of course.
No one will play a better role than R.P. McMurphy.
R.P. McMurphy.
That was Jack Nicholson in the film, R.P. McMurphy. Nurse Ratchet.
Who was he? What's his name?
Nurse Ratchet.
Okay, Terry, what you got?
The color purple.
Oh.
Because he
Okay.
impacted
That's
me.
deep.
No, he impacted me as
Got to give a little
I-
mention as well to the usual suspects.
How can
That
you
is some
kill? How
film.
can you kill the color purple? Look at I. Like, please. It just impacted me as a young black man. That's it.
Amen, understand. Biggest trash talker you have ever played against?
Oh, easy. Clint Dempsey. Oh, yeah.
Who are you talking to, Dad?
Yeah, you know how it goes.
Trash
You know
talker.
the lingo. He talks so much. I was going to swear then. I'm out of contract.
I'd say Craig Bellamy.
Ooh.
That's a good one. I was never in his zone,
Yeah.
so it's. For me, I would say he shouldn't have done it, but it was Robbie Savage.
Oh.
Like you were just like, please carry on talking because
Be careful.
Because what?
No, because we were going. You know, I like it, wind me up, but you won't be able to match it after. So stop talking. Like
So what
you
you're
know,
saying
when you talk like that normally, no disrespect, Robbie. Huh? But when you talk like that, you have to back it up. If you
said he
can't back it up, just don't talk.
You said he couldn't back it up?
Well, every time we played, not often.
I feel like you'd have been a decent trash talker, wouldn't you?
Was it to my own team, not to the opposition?
Oh, yeah? What's the point?
I used to
you know,
get
that's
frustrated
true.
with my own team, not the opposition.
It's true.
I like this one. Name 3 MLS teams. Micah Richards, you go first.
3 MLS teams?
Yeah, go ahead.
New York Red Bulls. But if he's
Red Bulls, Galaxy, and LAFC. Simple.
All right, cool.
Real
Name
Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Real Salt Lake City.
Who are they?
Please, why?
Who?
Why are you like that?
Into Miami.
Yes.
Into
Yes.
Miami. I said. Give him the first one. I give him the first one, New York Red Bulls, so I can have that one as well.
Toronto.
I know, I'm getting there.
Okay.
Toronto.
Toronto what? Toronto what?
Don't worry.
What's the name?
It doesn't matter.
Okay,
What
what?
do you mean, don't
It
matter?
doesn't
What's the
matter.
name? Toronto what?
Look at the
New York
awkwardness
Red
on your
Bulls.
face. FC. Okay, go on.
Well, he played
Oh,
there.
please,
Come
leave me
on.
alone. You respect
I know,
me.
okay.
No, it's okay. Next. Come
Next
on.
one. During the height of your career, would you have switched clubs and played for your arch rival for triple the money?
Oh, you know me. I'm all about the
Thierry.
Bengals, baby.
Thierry, could you ever have played for Spurs?
Oh, please. I'm leaving. What the? No, joking aside. Actually, I wasn't joking on that one. But no. And I had the opportunity and I declined.
Spurs coming for you.
Actually.
For triple the money?
No. But exactly for what you said. And I said no.
Who came in for you?
I won't say.
Man United?
No.
Well, it's got to be a rival of Arsenal.
No. I won't say. You can say whatever you say.
Chelsea.
I will say no all the way.
I wouldn't have done that, no.
Triple the money.
No. To sign for Everton or Man United, no.
Oh, hold on.
You said yes, it's
You're
okay.
Everton
Next.
fan.
No, I
said
know what
yes.
can I do as a kid. I ended up at Liverpool. I didn't know I was going to play for Liverpool when I was a kid.
It's not the same.
Micah?
I'll give him that. It's not the same.
I've already said.
He said yes.
He said
He
yes.
said he'd
He
go.
said all day, every day.
Quick.
No, I wouldn't go. I was.
Are we,
He said
Yeah,
it was tongue in
okay.
cheek.
Yeah, okay. One final question. You are allowed to listen to one song for the rest of your life. No other music ever. Name your song.
In My Life by the Beatles.
I knew you were going to go Beatles.
Ooh, that is a good question, that. Ooh.
It's very difficult for me to name a song, but it has to be Kassav.
Who?
Creole group, very famous.
Okay.
Who were they?
As your grandma, she'll know. Kassav, that's the question. The song of Kassav. It doesn't matter which one.
I think I'm going Drizzy Drake.
Who?
Oh, Lord.
Who's he play for?
Drizzy Drake.
Drizzy Drake.
Drake.
What?
Headlines. I'm going Drake.
Oh, Drizzy. Oh, sorry, my bad.
Drizzy Drake.
Want to give us a couple of bars as we go to break?
I think we need a couple of Brazilian bars.
Oh, you can do it when we come back. We're going to go to a very quick break. We'll be right back with more for you on Champions League coverage. Tomorrow, it is deciding second leg playoff action in the Europa League and Europa Conference League. It is win or go home for the likes of Juventus, Sporting, Lisbon, or Sporting Lisbon, as they're also known, Roma. That's the problem when you're reading the script. Roma and Anderlecht, and in the marquee game of the week, it is all square at 2-2 as Barcelona travel to Manchester United. As always, you can stream every single game live on Paramount Plus, or if you do prefer, you can go around the grounds with our good friend Nico Cantor on the Golazo Show. Coverage begins on CBS Sports Network and on Paramount Plus tomorrow at noon Eastern. If you don't have Paramount Plus, by the way, remember you can sign up for a free 1-month trial using the code ADVANCE. We'll be back in just a sec. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. So we've got a final segment. We're going to spend some time looking ahead to the second legs of the games that we've seen. Of course, now we're completed in terms of first legs for the round of 16. We can throw up the results for you of what we've seen so far in this tournament. And there you go. Italy with 3 winning teams in this Premier League with no winning teams. Just, what, is it a week after we had a conversation about how dominant the Premier League is?
Yeah. Guillaume's argument is out the window, is it? No. He's out the window.
Especially if he's still on pause.
But, I mean, fair to say, it wasn't just Guillaume who thought that the Premier League teams would be dominant in this competition, was it? I mean, surely you guys also subscribe to that. Are you surprised by what we've seen so far?
Yeah, I think so. I think even, Real Madrid, Liverpool, but even the scoreline is surprising. And listen, Guillaume is right in that, and we all know the Premier League bringing so much funds, but they're still yet to dominate Europe. That's what the Premier League should be dominating Europe because of the funds that they have. Should be dominating the Europa League. Listen, Manchester United could go on and win it. Arsenal could go on and win it. But I think we're yet to see that sort of taking over the European competitions on the back of the league having so much money. We're not there yet.
What's the most interesting return leg of all of those fixtures?
I want to see Bayern, Paris Saint-Germain. I want to see what Paris Saint-Germain can do. Struggling to win games in the league at the minute, although they won because of their freaks at the weekend. But what surprises me the most with what I've seen there is the Italian teams winning games. Winning those games and going through group stages. Something is
I'd say Chelsea are home to Dortmund.
OK, this is it for the CBS Sports Network show, but we are going to continue over on Paramount Plus. You have to join us because Micah Richards is going to live translate Romelu Lukaku in Italian. Join us, it'll be fun.
Stay tuned, guys.
Oh, and I believe... And there you go. So here we are. PSG, were you just talking about PSG? Is that where I interrupted you? Carry on.
No, just struggling. At the weekend, they played Lille. And I didn't see Paris. Lille had possession. Lille had more opportunities. Lille was the team that looked like they could win the game, although they went 2-0 down early into the game. So the freaks are covering what's happening at the minute at Paris Saint-Germain. And it cannot always be a matter of can my individuals win me the game? The structure is not there. They're conceding at the minute too many goals, and it can be a bit scary going like that to Bayern. But when you have a player like your man, Kylian Mbappe, in your team, and we said it at the time, anything can happen. But to win it is going to have to be a tiny bit more structured than that because you're not always going to score more than the opponent in the Champions League.
I think I would describe PSG last season. I don't think anything's really changed where, you know, you've got three great individuals with the ball. Without the ball, they don't do an awful lot for the team. And I just think at this level, you're going to get found out. We're actually talking about Manchester City tonight in terms of are they a better team with or without Erling Haaland. One of the reasons is what they are like without the ball because Erling Haaland is not someone who's hugely aggressive and starts to press. You know, so it's easier to get at them. Whereas PSG have three players who are a little bit like that. And that was the big problem for them in the Bayern Munich. And they couldn't get the ball back because not all 11 men are hunting, trying to get the ball back. And I think it's a major problem for them.
With that, the good news is that I feel like we've given everybody who was watching over on CBS Sports Network the time to switch over and jump onto Paramount Plus so that we have the maximum possible audience for this moment where you are going to shine Micah Richards. Hold on. Hold on. Micah's always telling us about his time in Fiorentina, the fluency he has in Italian. He is now going to live translate for us. The bar has been set so high, by the way, by myself and Thierry Henry. Live translation, Romelu Lukaku after the Inter game. Let's go.
Passion, joy, anger. What was there in that shot and goal? Truthfully, there was satisfaction. We will win because it was really important. Game and result tonight. We still won.
He's lost his place in
but they still won, you know? And it was very important for the squad and for the win. For you, did you find it free a little bit? I don't know, it went through tough months, you know, with injury. But I'm happy and available for the team to reach our goals until the end of the season. What tonight also a positive message towards the coach to say you want to start. Yes. It's very good, yeah, it's very good.
Micah.
Kate, you don't do that to Thierry, do you? You know what I mean? You're putting me off. I'm trying to get in the swing of things, you know what I mean? Hey, you're reading. It's just my notes, you know. I like to have my notes, you know.
Oh, I can't anymore.
How do I do, Kate?
Well, I don't speak Italian, so I don't know, but I do know, well, never.
The viewers will tell you. I thought it was magnificent.
Did you?
Yeah, I was brilliant.
The CBS Serie A show will be calling you any minute, Mike.
Oh, I'm ready. Come and take me. That was my audition, you know?
Fast, flying colours. That is it, everybody. If you joined us for that, we hope you enjoyed it. It's been good to have you with us for these first legs of the round of 16. We will be back, not next week, the week after.
2 weeks.
Second legs get going. Lots of interesting Champions League action. Thanks for joining us, as always. We'll see you. Good night.
Ciao.